of Marikuma Healing, where we heal our mind, body, soul, and heart. We learn to embrace ourselves, accept ourselves, and love ourselves before we try to love others. So, what's mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual healing, right? I work on mental health and mental well being. I work on keeping our thoughts nice, expressing what we may be thinking, and even though it's not the most positive way, why? Because a lot of times I think we try to remain positive, but we avoid the things that are hurting us, right? And instead of going over there being like, okay, let's sit with it for a little bit and understand what they're trying to tell us. Because I think when it comes to depression and anxiety, it's really the thoughts that can really kill you. And I talk about how to handle the anxiety and the depression and the moods and your thoughts, especially when they're so heavy. We also talk about emotional healing, right? Healing our hearts, embracing ourselves, accepting and expressing our emotions and feelings, and saying what we like and what we don't like, and being very open and honest with how we want things to be. Physical healing. I talk about exercises and things from time to time, but mainly about listening to our body. If you are worn down and tired, I'm going to be the one that's like, yo, take some time to rest, take some time to like de stress and relax before you try to do a bunch of things. Listen to what your body's saying. If you're having aches and pains, where does it hurt? Why is it hurting? Because a lot of times with stress and anxiety and a lot of pressure, we live in a very high tension world, right? It's just always like you have to do this one and then you have to do that one. You have to do the next thing and you always have to be busy. If you're not busy, they're not doing anything, right? And that's a lot. That's a lot of pressure. It shouldn't be like that. So we talk about how to listen to our bodies, express our emotions, work on our mental health a lot, right? Because your mind, body, soul, and heart are very important. Now, when it comes to soul, right, spiritual healing, we learn how to embrace our strengths. We learn how to embrace our inner self, our shadow and our light, our masculine and our femininity, our duality within ourselves. That's the spiritual healing, embracing those energies within us and also the energies around. Now, other than mental, emotional, and physical healing, we do a lot of witchcraft videos. We talk about chakras and how to talk to your spirit guides and exercises and things, what different colors can be used for different things, how to do money magic, how to do protection magic, how to do spiritual cleansing, smoke cleansing, and things of that nature. I have been putting them on the side because I'm focusing on the 2026 year reading. Last year, I tried to be real cute about it and decided to do it on December. I didn't finish them, like the 2025 year readings didn't get done till like February. So I'm trying to do it now. I'm like, okay, I have like a few days, like 1 day or 2 days of November and like a month of December. I need to get it done. I'm trying. I have it to do it on YouTube, which is here. I'm trying to get as much of them done right. And then I'm doing it on Facebook and I'm doing summaries on Instagram. Then December, I am going to be doing the Spanish versions of it on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, and this summary for Instagram. The reason why I'm not doing Instagram lives is because I don't have 1,000 followers. They changed the rules, guys. In my old account before it got hacked and attacked, I had like 2,000 or so followers, maybe like a good high thousand, right? I had it for years, but I have 100 and something followers on my Instagram, which is okay. I'm building it up. Again, I got hacked like last June, and so I'm still recovering from it. Ironically, everything is pretty cool with my new accounts. I have them posted on this account, like the channel, right? If you go to my shorts, it talks about like my Instagram and my Facebook. I also have it on the like, descriptions on these videos for my lives. So go to description, you can get my Facebook, my Instagram, my TikTok. If you guys do Snap, I am not the one. I only use Snap to FaceTime people. I don't post things on there. So Instagram, Facebook, and like TikTok. Instagram is my go-to. But yeah, anywho, I also do card readings, right? I promise, Saggies. We're going to get into your part two. I do card readings with playing cards, like how some people use tarot or oracle decks and things of that nature, right? Playing cards are my reading cards. I read palms. I read the personality that you have through your hands, the lifeline, the headline, and the heartline, as well as your Apollo, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, and Saturn. I read that as well. I will have more diverse palm readings, but I am self taught. So, what I do have on hand is how to read personalities through palmistry. Okay, reading of palms. For counseling and advice, I am not a certified counselor. In the near future, I will most likely get a certificate for counseling so that way I can have that underneath my belt, as well as a few things. But right now, I'm not certified. I have counseled quite a few people while my business has been running for almost 2 years. Speaking of, next month will be a year of me being on YouTube. So thank you guys for 70 subscribers. I didn't think I was gonna make it that far, guys. I really thought I was like gonna have like 25 and that's it. Maybe no more than like 30, 35 subscribers this year. Because again, it's new to YouTube. I've been on TikTok for like 2 years now and doing it on Instagram for like about 2 years. So yeah, YouTube is like new territory. I'm still learning a lot of things. But thank you guys for 70 subscribers. Hopefully I'll be here for a lot more years. And again, if you like what I do or like, the things that I mentioned before, follow and subscribe. Share the video. It costs nothing and it's free. And also helps my business grow. But hey, anyways, other than that, those are the things that I offer. All right, without further ado, get a snack, sit back and relax because we're about to get into it. We are talking about January to December problem solutions and the theme of 2026. January, February, and March is all about new ideas. Okay? If you guys are interested about your career, finance, love life, friendship, um, family, and spiritual outlook, please look on part one. That's where I tackle it, as well as why this year, 2025, has been the way that it has. That is on part one. Part two is for the rest of the half, okay? So, why do we have new ideas for January, February, and March? Unreliability in taking risk. This is going to be a problem you guys are facing. This card is all about being very impulsive. Okay, so unreliability in taking risks is taking unnecessary actions, and you can either jump into something without knowing what you're doing. Okay, so Sagittarius, I'm going to say it this way: if January, February, and March is all about new ideas, you're going to find new ways to do the things that you want, but not be tied down by unreliable people, situations, or things. Think through before you jump in. Okay, so seeing things for what they are, and y'all can see it, right? Yeah, the Ace of Spades. It's all about new insight and realization, seeing things for what they are, not what you want them to be. Girl, sir, fellow royal in between. This is coming from a Virgo. You cannot have it your way all the time. Sometimes the higher power, the divine power, the universe themselves, right, will go over there and show you something. And you'll be like, no, that's not them. This is what they are because you see them what you want them to be. I've done it. I did it all year last year. I did. I went over there and went to the past person. I saw what I wanted to see. And I got myself and I got them into a situationship. It's the latest phase, guys. And when they told me that this is who they are, I chose not to believe it. I chose not to see them for who they became, but who they used to be. So don't do it. If it's a duck, right? If it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck and it walks like a duck and it flies like a duck, it is a duck. It is not a poodle. It is not a pom pom. It is not a dragon named Piff the Magic Dragon who lives by the sea like it is a duck. It is what it is, baby. Okay? So make sure that instead of putting the rose quartz eyes, where you see pink lenses and everything, everything is pink and rosy. Because when you see through the pink lenses, right, the red flags look like regular flags. The warning signs look like regular signs. And you really don't want that. See with the clear lenses and have an open mind. See what it can become, see what it will be, and see what it's going to be. For example, this is a Pringle can, right? I can finish the Pringles. This can be used as something I put like coins in. It can be a piggy bank. I can put candy in here, right? Like hard candy and fill it all the way up. Um, it can be trash, but it has multiple purposes. I can't go over there. I mean, if I do it right, I could make it into a kaleidoscope, but that's a lot of craft. Anywho, I can't go over there and fill it up with water and expect it to be a good pot, right? This can be used for other things. It can't be a chocolate. If I open this up and I expect chocolate, it's not what's going to happen because it's Pringles, it's chips, right? It is what it is. Just because it can be other things doesn't mean I can change what it is. I can just change what it becomes and see the possibilities of it. So open your mind and see clearly with clear eyes, okay? The last part is emotions and empathy. You are going to have compassion for yourself and others, okay? You're coming up with new ideas to take chances without taking unnecessary choices, right? I'm not going over there skydiving and I don't know how to skydive properly. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to learn how to do it, I'm going to find a way, and I'm going to take new chances. I'm not going to be reliable to unreliable people, and I'm not going to take unnecessary things, okay? I'm going to see situations, people, and things as they are, and I will make ideas and be creative depending on what I see. At the same time, I'm going to fill my own cup and be emotionally supportive and empathetic to my needs and the needs of others. That doesn't mean that because I'm trying to be an empathetic person, I'm going to sacrifice my peace of mind for another person. Okay? If they treat you kindly, great. You can be with them. If they're taking advantage of you and they're not being empathetic and compassionate, they're doing unnecessary things and they're really just trying to like gaslight and give you lies and things, that's not who you're supposed to be with. That's not a situation you should go to. That is not something you should be open to because you want to be a good person. Sometimes being a good person is telling people to flip off. You know what I mean? So, yeah. However, I'm also going to say it with emotions and empathy, right? It's going to help you when you transition to May, April, May, and June, okay? Because April, May, and June is all about moving on and getting to a better place mentally. When you work on your emotions, it also helps you with your mind. Because whatever you think, you feel, and whatever you feel, you think. They come with each other. They're depicted as opposites, but the reality of it, a lot of things that people told you that are separate, right? Like, for example, water and fire can never mix. The wind and the earth cannot form anything. With balance, all the elements coexist, and even the soul coexists with the elements. Okay? Hear me out. The wind blows earth, right? It may not be able to take down a mountain, but it can pick up trees and take the ground from its roots. The wind can. The earth can stand against the wind, but with balance, the earth can go and flow with the wind as it blows, right? Water and fire together make air. Air gives out rain, which is water, and it feeds the soil, which is earth, and it goes into a cycle continually. And we as people are the spirit. We are the soul. We just have flesh and bones over our spirit and soul, right? And we coexist with nature. Now, not all the time do we coexist, but there are people that are one with nature and the elements because they go over there with the balance, okay? Just like your mind. If you think of something and you're motivated in your heart to do it, you can go over there and make great things. The same type of power can flip around and make terrible things. So if I'm focusing on beautiful things, I'm working on making sure I'm wise with how I use my body, how my spirit and my soul and my mind will work, and I can accomplish it. Okay? So we're going to get into this. We're going into April, May, and June. Why are we having it? Togetherness. Joy in company, friendship, and celebration. This card is going to be a major factor for Sagittarius. Whether you're born under the zodiac sign, you have it in your birth chart, or maybe this reading has been resonating with you. Emotions and empathy. Okay. Planning and preparing. So we are focusing on moving on, letting go of the past, focusing on our mental health, right? We are accepting things that we cannot control. We are seeing things a lot more clearly thanks to January, February, and March, opening our eyes and seeing stuff in a more, like seeing things with clarity, but also seeing things with common sense, okay? We are focusing on who lifts us, who is really there for us, and who do we enjoy being around, right? Who are ride or dies. Emotions and empathy is something that was like the ending of January, February, and March, right? The first 3 months, all to do with emotions and empathy. You're carrying this energy to go over there and focus on your mind as well, okay? We are going to be compassionate and understanding to our needs, and we're going to focus on people who are worth our time. We are planning and preparing for July, August, and September. Okay. This is all about getting things organized and making, like setting things up. This is all about going after what we like. This is deep attraction. I'm attracting positivity. I'm attracting abundance. I'm attracting new opportunities, which is going to be the major theme for 2026 Saggies. You guys are going to be going after new opportunities. Make sure that it's not unreliable and unnecessary, and also that it keeps you balanced. We're going to get into that later, but that's going to be an important thing to remember. So, planning, preparing to go after things that we want, right? All right. So, with your mental health, make sure you're compassionate and you take it one step at a time. It takes time to get all right with your mind, okay? Like if you have like depression and anxiety, right? And you're like, oh, well, if I'm going to be able to let it go, does it last long? It's something that you work on constantly. All right. So, teamwork is what we're going to be doing for deep attraction. Oops. Great wealth and inheritance. All right. Yo, bro, y'all coming after the money. Let's go. I did hold that. I'm going to put it back. Okay. I was hoping this would be your last one. There was a two of diamond, guys. I put it back. I said, whatever happens, happens. But I pray that it's this one. This is a good card. This means obtaining resources and giving and receiving money. Okay. So for July, August, and September, deep attraction. Go after things that you want. Go after new opportunities. This is a theme. If you see an opportunity that you've been wanting and it works for you, go after it. Do something that you love. Make sure that it has a good team, okay? Because a lot of you guys are finding new jobs. You guys are organizing, kind of switching over work-wise and financial. Again, look in part 1 for y'all's 2026 year reading. We'll give you a lot of clarity in that. Teamwork makes the dream work. You want to make sure you have people that will work with you and people you can work with. While you're doing that, It's going to give you great wealth and inheritance. That means that money is going to be flowing and abundance is coming. At the end of the day, the outcome is obtaining resources and giving and receiving money. Save your money, be financially like stable, right? But at the same time, go after something that builds you. Yes, you guys can do things on your own. You are fiercely independent and wildly adventurous, okay? You guys are all about trying new things, doing new stuff. You feel me? But make sure that you're not forced to do a job or a project or something on your own and have all that pressure on you. That's not going to help you. Teamwork makes the dream work. Go after the great wealth and inheritance and make sure that whatever you do, you can obtain the resources and be able to have and also give out the money. All right. You guys are going to be next. This is either like, here's the thing. Either some of y'all have been hanging on to the past, and for that, I'm going to tell you, look, the past is a teacher. We are linear creatures. What does that mean? That means as human beings, we all live like organic matter and also AI, right? We are linear creatures. We live in the past, present, and future. Time is continual, right? So some people live in the past, reject the present, and fear the future. You're not supposed to live like that. You're supposed to understand the past was to teach you something, okay? I'm eating while I'm doing these lives. So I'm really sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but please, killing me. No. So anyways, like I was saying, you're supposed to understand that the past was to teach you, okay? Past gives us experience, which gives us wisdom. Age doesn't always bring wisdom, okay? I'm gonna say it. There's some older people that I know that are not very smart. And there's some young people that I know that are very intelligent in their own right, right? There are some young people I know that are very ignorant due to the lack of experience and the lack of understanding the lesson that they're having to be taught, right? And there's some older people through experience has taught them how to handle things in a lot more better way. For me, a lot of things I know is off of experience, right? So through these experience, I'm like, okay, well, through this experience, I learned how to be strong. Through this experience, I learned how to be patient. Through this experience, I learned how to be kind. I learned about compassion. I learned about empathy. I learned about putting myself in other people's shoes, right? So your past is to teach you. It is a teacher. It's a lesson, okay? Life is full of lessons and blessings. Now, if you go down like to Texas or Louisiana or Alabama or like Arkansas and Mississippi and the southern states of the US, okay? The southern states, we have a big thing about lessons and blessings. We'll say, life is full of lessons and blessings, darling, or dear, or hun. Okay, I use hun a lot. It's just an endearment. It's just a nice thing to say to other people. It's not that I'm coming on to any of y'all. I'm just saying the lesson is to teach you something because life is going to give you the same test and will continue to give you the same test until you sit down and understand what you need to work on. Okay? So, with the past being for October, November, and December, nostalgia, childhood, and old friends, I'm going to cut it in this way. I'm cutting in like 3 or 2 ways, okay? The first way is that you have to learn that your past is to teach you. You're not supposed to live in it, baby. There's a lot of things I wish I could change in the past. I wish I could do a lot of things differently, but it happened. You know what I mean? It came. It was there. It is what it is. I can't go back in time. All right. And even if I could, I don't think I would. I think on some things, maybe. But then again, it would change the outcome. I wouldn't have learned anything. The good, the bad, and the ugly are experiences that I had to learn. Did I want to learn some of the lessons that life had to offer? Heavens no, I did not. Fuck it. I wanted it to be easier, but it's the luck of the draw and the roll of the dice. Now, that being said, once you learn your lesson, you level up, okay? Life will give you lessons to teach you to level up to the next thing. Think of it as a video game, except we don't have multiple life bars, we have one. And each side quest and each training and each combination that you learn and mission that you complete allows you to have more knowledge and tools underneath your belt to tackle the boss level, right? The final boss. You have to defeat the final boss with all the side quests and training and combinations that you learned with the level of the game, okay? And with that knowledge, you take down the final boss and you level up to the next thing. That is life. Life is like a video game, except you have one life bar and you can't go over there and risk it for something stupid, all right? Remember that you're somebody, someone. Ma'am? Hold on, guys, I'm coming. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go see. Everyone's okay. Sorry, guys. Um, anyways, like I was saying, the past, right, is to teach you a lesson. Life is kind of like a video game in some sense, except you have one life bar and you can't go over there and risk it for dumb things, right? Remember that you belong, like, you're not going to say you belong to somebody, but you're somebody, someone, right? Somebody out there really loves and admires you guys and they want you to be okay. So if you're out here risking it for nothing, you know, any the blessings, what are that? Because I said life is full of lessons and blessings. Blessings come into your life either through people, situations, or things that lift you up and take you to the next level or a better place or option, right? Think of it like healing elixirs in a video game, right? Or the power ups. I call them potions. Y'all are gamers, some of you guys are, so you may understand what I'm talking about. But it's the ones that kind of like, update your health bars, give you new combinations and tools and types of weapons and things to tackle the next thing in the mission or life, right? People can come in and lift you up and take you somewhere better. Now, sometimes lessons are blessings and blessings are lessons. They can also be a two for one, which is really weird because what may look like a blessing will also be a blessing, but it comes with a lesson. You have to learn something while you're getting blessed. And while you're having a lesson, it could come as a blessing because maybe this lesson saved you from doing something else that could have hurt you in the end, right? Sometimes we want things we don't get. We want. Are you okay? Okay. Um, I'm doing these at night, so sorry guys. So anyways, like I was saying, blessings can become a lesson and they can also be a blessing at the same time. So when a lesson is a blessing, right? Lessons can teach you something that will help you later on in life. The blessing that comes with the lesson is that maybe the reason why it didn't work this time is because it wasn't meant for you this time. But the thing that you want, something bigger and better, is on its way. So while you're learning how to upgrade and level up in your life and your journey, wherever that may take you, you're going to have little blessings along the way to lift you up while you're going, right? And when a blessing is a lesson, it is a blessing. You are getting help, but it's also going to teach you new things. It goes the same way, either way you flip it, okay? Now, like I said before, you learn from your past, you build in your present for a bigger future. So, whatever opportunities I have right now, I go for it. I ask myself, is this an opportunity that I want? Is this going to work for me? Is this how I'm going to go about it? Bet. Great. Let's go. Right. And for others, when it comes to going things in your past, hold on, guys. Sorry, guys. Gonna come around. Close. Oh, let me close my. Yeah. Use that. Okay. You know what? I think I'm gonna also. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be right back. All right. Now I'm back. I'm back. I've returned. I'm here. It's gonna be kind of a funny thing to rewatch this video in 2026 and be like, "Oh, did I really say that?" Oh, yes, I did. Fuck it. It is what it is. This video is forever, guys. Anyways, like I was saying, right? For the past, learn from your past. Be building in your present, right? Seize the opportunity, make what you want. Every day is a new day to do something new and amazing, okay? And for the future, you're building your future right here and right now. So what I'm doing right now is going to build my future later on because I'm getting everything together. I also want you guys to be able to understand that it's really important to respect your past self because your past self did what they could. And your present self, because your present self is the evolved version of what you used to be, right? And your future self is going to be something entirely new, but still beautiful and amazing, okay? October, November, and December, again, is why we're talking about the past. Now, let's talk about the opportunities that the past can bring, okay? I know I just said don't be living in the past. I always liked helping people. But when I was a kid, I was obsessed with magic. I liked magic tricks. I loved witches. I dressed up as a witch anytime that I could. Like every Halloween, I was either like a black cat or a black cat witch or just a witch, right? Magic and spells and potions and just the craft itself always fascinated me. And I always wanted, when I was little, to be like the most powerful witch ever, right? Like somebody that could help people and do magic and things like that. These have always been my past interests. As I grew, things changed, but those two always remained. Now I have a business where I can help people and do magic, right? And the craft and learning as I go along and building up myself as well as this business and you guys, right? So, again, that's what I mean by you can use your past interests to go after new opportunity that you want. So if you always had a passion for helping people, if you always had a passion for creativity, or you always had a passion for justice, or whatever it may be, right? Focusing on getting resources done, we're also going to be focusing on go the path embracing and feeding our nostalgia, but not living in nostalgia, okay? You can enjoy the good old times. Like, for example, I found out on YouTube they have like Witch, which is like a Toon Disney old 90s, early 2000 cartoon show, right? And I watch it. I do. I enjoy it. It brings me back to like simpler times when I was a kid. That doesn't mean that I live as a child. It just means that I enjoy the nostalgia, right? You can do that. Just don't go over there and try to make it a whole thing. And if you really want something that makes you happy and is something that you used to do, why not do it? What's stopping you, baby? Nobody's stopping you. You're okay. All right, why are we having this? Let's go, bro. Victory and achievement. So, because you're having victory and achievement, you're going after things that you used to do. Okay. Ooh, and we're sticking to our beliefs. Let's go, bro. I'm so happy for that. I'm so happy for you guys. Let's go, bro. That's awesome. Y'all don't think I'm crazy, but I'm happy. My throat is so fucking sore. Hard work and reliability. Let's go, bro. So, like I was saying, because we're having victory and achievement, we're thinking about nostalgia, childhood, and old friends. Do not live in the past. You can do things that you used to do that you still have a passion for. You can go over there and enjoy nostalgia from time to time. You can go over there and hang out with your old childhood friends that are healthy for you. Do not live in the past. You got victory and achievements thanks to July, August, and September. Skyrocketed and boost you to the top because you guys have finally gotten on mental health and emotional well-being and you're coming up with new ideas to do new things, right? This year is already gravy baby for you. So, as we're getting victory and achievement, we're focusing on strong belief, defense, and conviction. Let's get into it, right? So, what does that? You know what? I wonder what this does. Hold on. Oh no. Anyways, strong belief. What is that? Strong belief is not always religious. Okay. A lot of times, what this means is that I'm sticking to my morals. I'm sticking to my character code. My character code is I will not judge you off your sexuality, off your nationality, your skin color, your political viewpoints, most of the time. Most of the time. My political viewpoints are not great because I don't really do politics often. Um, I don't judge you on your religious belief and things of that nature, right? I judge you on your heart. Do you have a kind personality? Are you hurting children, people, and animals? If you're hurting children, people, and animals, we're not going to get along. I don't like people like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really go over there and fuck with you because you're a dick. You're tormenting children, you're abusing other people, and you're taking advantage of animals. Like, really, this is what we're going to do with our life. We're just going to be a menace. Nah, I don't get along with people like that. You're sweet, and you try your best. Um, I'm sorry, guys. I know that I'm dipping out a lot in these lives. My sister needs me, so I'm gonna be right back. Okay? Okay. I will not be long. And we'll get to December and all that. guys, I'll be right there. Okay. I'm also gonna get like myself a throat thing. So yeah, again, sorry Sagittarius for like a fucking weird ass reading. I could have sworn that I had it in here. Ah, there it is. Okay. Alright, I have returned. I'm gonna drop this in my lemonade. And that way it can dissolve, and also I can have lemonade in this thing. Alright. So like I was saying, strong belief is not always religious. I'm not saying that some of y'all are not gonna find God or Jesus, or Allah or Buddha or one of the Hindu gods and goddesses and divine entities and higher beings. But it's all about your moral, your character code, okay? I will not judge people. I only judge them by their hearts. I will give everybody a chance. I will see who you are and what you are, okay? And I think everybody deserves that. I think with bigotry and hatefulness and going over there and discriminating against people for what, like, I can understand if you're going to discriminate against like a pedophile or a molester or a rapist, right? I get that. But I don't understand why you'd use the same prejudice, like the same, like, no, I wouldn't, I think I'm using prejudice in the wrong way, but like the same, against just going over disagreeing and disliking those people versus the ones that are because, they're queer or they're black or they're minority or they're immigrant or they have like, different religions and different beliefs or different viewpoints in life. Like, y'all do understand, right? Haters, y'all understand that we live in a world of duality and mutability. None of us look the same. None of us think the same. The trees are not all identical. There's different varieties of trees and plants and animals and people and all sorts of things. And granted, we have free will. That means we can do dumb things and do stupid things all day long. We can be dumb and ignorant and choose not to learn and evolve, or we can evolve and learn and change our viewpoints and be adaptable. But some people choose ridiculous excuses to be a hater. And I'm like, if the world looked exactly the same, everything was identical, there was no different colors, everything was exact replication of it, yeah? Then I'd be like, okay, well, we live in a world like this. I mean, this could change, but this is what the world is right now. We don't live in that. Not everyone's going to agree what you agree with, man. Not everyone's going to agree with what I believe. Some people are going to look at me and be like, okay, and what does it have to do with me? What it has to do with you is I want you to understand. October, November, and December, stand on business. If you don't think that something should be this way and it's bigotry, okay, I'm not making a political viewpoint. I'm saying that if it doesn't tie to your morals and your character code, don't do it. Do not collect the 500. Do not pass go. Don't go over there and you want to see what's going to happen. If it doesn't tie into your morals, don't do it. That doesn't mean that you should have a closed-mindedness. You should always have an open mind and open heart. But at the same time, if you don't agree with something, you don't agree with it. Don't change your viewpoints and your mindset with other people if they're not going to do the same for you and try to make an effort for you as well. Okay. Now, hard work and reliability is going to be your outcome. So we're ending 2026 with hard work and reliability. We're making sure that things work out for us and they're reliable for us, as well as being hardworking and reliable to others that are deserving of that. Okay. All right. All right. Put two of them in here. All right, now we're going to get into your problem. Why isn't reliability and taking risks your thing? Because this card has popped up quite a bit in part one. We'll see. What is the cause? What is the cause? Nightmare, worry, problem, and guilt. Being stressed out, overwhelmed, and just like it's too much. You're burnt out. This is the card. Okay. Oh. So your outcome for this is all about encouragement, enjoying fruits of your labor. So we are going to be focusing on not stressing out by doing things that we like, okay? At the same time, when it comes to guilt, when you guys are learning how to be healthy for yourself, right? There's going to be a little bit of guilt that you're going to be dealing with because you're not used to it. You're not used to filling up your own cup. You're not used to kind of like changing certain mindsets and habits because you're used to doing those habits for so long. So when we're working on getting into a better place mentally, when we're working about feeling our emotions and being like, if somebody came up to me with the same situation that I'm going through, what would I tell them? Because sometimes when I think that I'm overdoing stuff right, I'll be like, what if you guys came to me, right? If y'all are watching this video, you came to me and you said, yo, bro, I'm going through A, B, C, and 1, 2, 3. What do I do? And I'm like, oh, well, you shouldn't be doing this, that, and the third. And I ask myself, so you're going through the same thing, and that's advice you give other people. You should probably take that advice. It's going to be a weird thing if y'all don't do that, but it's going to be something that would really help manage the overwhelmingness because, again, life can be really stressful. And yeah, you want to try new things, but you may be also really scared. You're like, well, if I do this new thing and it doesn't work out, what if I don't have the means? What if it doesn't come the way that I want? What if I go after this opportunity and it falls flat? Okay, but what if it doesn't? What if you try this new thing and it's a brand new opportunity, right? It's beyond the beyond and fabulous and amazing and it works. What if that new idea you had works? What if that new job that you want to do works? What if this person that's been chasing you for a while, because y'all are not going to be in the same relationship for 2026. So some of y'all are going to be in a new relationship later on this year, right? This coming year. What if it works? What if it's all right? Instead of putting all our energy on the things that could go wrong, try to focus on what can go right. I use a lot of like Steven Universe and Spider-Man references. One, Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel character. I love him in all versions, bro. Like all mutable versions I do. And I love X-Men. You guys will learn this later on in these lives and videos. The reason why I say that is because like when I tell you guys to take a leap of faith, what I mean is give yourself a chance. Don't hurt yourself. Don't be overwhelmed. I know that life is overwhelming. And I'm not saying you don't have the right to be overwhelmed. You don't have the right to hold on to it. Talk to a doctor, go to a physician, and ask for help. Some of you guys are struggling with empathy. Some of you guys are struggling with shutting off your emotions because life is too hard. Some of you guys are learning again your emotional health and your mental health, and that requires you to go to a doctor, go to a holistic practitioner if you like organic and natural remedies, go to a counselor, go to a therapist, go somewhere where you can get the help that you need. I have empathy. I struggle with depression and anxiety, and there's days that I have that are really great. And sometimes my bad days feel like I can't make it anymore. That doesn't mean that I'm not a good person or that I'm a less of a person because I have this mental thing, this emotional thing. It just means that I know that I need to go get help. I got help like 3 years back because I was so used to like neglecting my needs to the point where I didn't take care of my health. I didn't get treatment for my eyes because I have glaucoma and things. I put everybody's needs before mine and it turned into resentment. I resented the fuck out of everybody because I felt like I sacrificed so much things for other people, but the people that I sacrificed things for couldn't see that I was drowning. And they couldn't see that I was drowning because I was so good at putting on a good face. I smile, yeah, everything's fine. You're not weak to go over there and say that you can't do it anymore. But you do need to go and get the support that you need. Go after the things that you like. And I'm not talking about people, but I'm talking about beautiful, amazing things are on their way for you guys next year. Carpe diem, baby. Seize the day and take it. Try new stuff and find out what it is. Just make sure you know what you're getting into. Don't jump in there blind. Know that hey, this is something I want to try. This is what it does. Let's go for it, right? Make sure you plan before you jump in there. Okay? Do the things that you love, tap into your passion and your attraction, and make sure that you understand that you should be with people that encourage you genuinely. Okay? And I think y'all can see it better this way. It's the king of diamonds. Encouragement and during food survey labor. That means all that hard work is paying off, as well as I'm encouraging myself and I have my support team. Okay? Spiritual growth is what's going to help you guys with unreliability and taking risks. Do not be reliable to unreliable people. Try new things, but don't be impulsive. Okay? Because you're stressing out, there's something like I should try this, but I shouldn't try this. I don't know if I can do it. I don't. You may be a little indecisive. Take a deep breath, baby. You're fine. I know that it's a really weird ass world we're living in. Shit is getting really trippy. Okay? And I'm not even saying that just like as somebody who's whatever. I'm just saying the facts. Like the world, if y'all had told me 10 years ago, right, that this is what 2025 through 2019 would be like, it would be insane. Things that don't make sense became a reality in these years. Like, but sit down about it, really think. Shit got weird. Like, damn. We had COVID. We have different variations of COVID. We have an orange, regime in the States. We have the orange regime. And it's not even a nice orange. It's a moldy, rotten orange that's running it. And it doesn't make sense. Y'all forgive me, may y'all not come for me, but it's my 50 cents about it. Anywho, all in all, you're gonna be fine. Don't be afraid to try new things and take chances, okay? Just make sure you know what you're getting into. Now, spiritual growth is all about balancing yourself, okay? That means, oh, wow. No, not my card. Okay. Hard work and reliability. Again, this is the outcome for October, November, and December. Unreliability, which is the same card we just got done with. I wonder, since we have two jokers, are we going to have like a three? If so, please be the Joker of Spades. All right. It was a spade, it just wasn't a joker. The Eight of Spades, vulnerability. Okay. So let me look at it. So, because we're doing spiritual growth, we're working on what's reliable and hardworking for us, as well as how we can be hardworking and reliable for others. We're learning about taking chances and trying new things, but also not stressing ourselves out with unreliable people or doing impulsive things just because we're overwhelmed. We're going to be open and honest with ourselves on what we want for ourselves, as well as how to go about it. Okay. Because, like, okay, for you guys that don't know what spiritual growth is, because maybe some of you guys skipped part one and came to this part, okay? Again, go to part one because it'll tackle a lot of your outcomes for work, finance, love life, friendship, family, and spiritual growth, as well as why 2025 has been the way that it has, okay? So, spiritual growth. Oh, yes. We have three sides, okay? Oh, crap. Sorry, I'm gonna move you away. My greatest fear. Thank goodness, like, this is a wall. Can you imagine I step back and I flip over? It's gonna be funny because it's alive, but yeah. Anywho, your lower self is right here, okay? This resides to your inner child. This is your primal, needs and things of that nature. Your shadow self protects the inner child. It also takes in all your insecurities, your anger and rage, your shame, and the things that you don't deal with on the surface goes deep, deep down here. All right? This is your middle self. Think of your middle self as the 19 to 25-year-old, okay, between those ages. I'm giving you like a crash course and a rough draft about the lower, middle, and higher self. I believe I I gave the lower and the higher self a better description than what the middle self is. You got three, okay? Some of the people who do spiritual practice, spiritual, blah, 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 spiritual practice, right? Or practitioners or witches or wizards, magicians, alchemists, and more. We'll say also is the three cells and the three cauldrons, okay? There's a way for them to pour into each other and have that energy go back and forth where it can flow and balance itself out, okay? Your middle self is like the 20-year-old, like 25 to 19, okay? Your higher self is your elder self, is your self that's connected to the higher divine power, the spiritual self, okay? This means that they're not tethered into your physical being. They're around you and they're seeing situations, things, and opportunities way ahead. It gives you warnings or inputs or heads up, like, oh, this is something that you can try. This is something you should definitely stay away from because they already saw the outcome of it, right? And they give message from here. It goes to the higher self. The higher self blessing gives it to the middle self. The middle self either goes back and forth here, comes here and there, or whatever, right? Sometimes the higher self needs to talk to the lower self. The middle self translates what the higher self is saying the other way. Spiritual growth at the end of the day is balancing yourself. I am balancing by facing my insecurities, facing the things that I don't like, facing the things I've been afraid of, and dealing with the pain and rage and anger and all that, right? Because it's easy. It's really, really easy to go after the things that you like and the things that you're good at versus going over there and dealing with the things you're not good at and that make you feel uncomfortable. Everybody needs to do shadow work, okay? You cannot love yourself truly without doing shadow work. Is shadow work easy? No. No, it's not easy because you're facing like you're instead of running around and avoiding the subject or things. I could swear I heard my mom call me. I don't think she is. Okay. Anyways, like I was saying, right? Because you are going over there and avoiding all of these things, your shadow self has been holding on to it and protecting you from the things that you're giving them, okay? But they don't want to go over there and be seen as your enemy. They want to be over, how do I say it? I'm trying to think. They're not your enemy, they're your protector, okay? So that means they protect you from the things you don't like. But at some point in time, you have to face it. A lot of people think that they're your enemy, but they're not. So when you're facing your shadow, you're sitting down with yourself and you're going to go over there and you're going to start thinking about the things you're not good at, things that make you insecure, the things that you've been running from. And you're going to face it one step at a time. Your shadow self has strength and power. It has wisdom and knowledge. It has insight. And it's a force to be reckoned with. Your light is just as powerful and strong. It has a loving, healing, nurturing side to it. Your yin and your yang, if you want to be cute about it. We all have a shadow and light version of ourselves within us. We have duality, right? Our yin and our yang. We also have masculine and feminine energy. And I would say that feminine energy would tie to the lighter self, in my opinion, and the masculine would tie into the shadow. But it can go either way. To some people, their femininity is their shadow self, and their masculine self is the one that is their light. You know what I mean? I feel like it can be either or for different people and how they view it. For me, I run on more of like a masculine side, I guess. And I know that this looks like I'm going off topic. All right, I get that, but there is a reason why I'm doing it. Because when you think of it, if you're going to be running away from something, eventually you have to face it, right? It's kind of like facing your demons, except your demons aren't what you think they are. They're just inside you, but they are meaning to be heard and they're trying to help you out. So spiritual growth is dancing with both the shadow and the light and fusing them together so they can be whole and find that balance. Did a little bit of shadow here, a bit of light to counteract it, okay? Some light over here, some shadow to bounce it off. You can't have the shadow without the light, and you cannot have light without shadow. Now, satisfaction, let's get into it. Satisfaction is enjoying the smaller things, okay? Wake up every day and you should be mindful and grateful. This is something that should be practiced because it's not taught. That being said, when I say being mindful, I mean this. We put happiness in temporary things. So say that I had like 500 US dollars, right? At 500 Benjamins. And I rip the Benjamins. I rip them up into pieces. I go to the cashier, say, hey, can I have, $500? They will most likely not give it to me. Now, if it's ripped a little bit or like ripped in half, right? They can tape it and put it back and then it still has value. But let's be cute, right? Let's say that I videotape myself burning $500, 500 US dollars. It goes into flames, it's ashes. I take it to the teller, right? I take it to the counter for them to give me more money. Hey, can I give you this ash? It's $500. I burned them and I want to have new money. It lost its value. It's unrecognizable, right? That means that money is temporary. I'm not saying money is not important. It is. But understand that it can change. Its currency, its value, its power can change. It can shift, right? Um, that being said, it can also be houses, cars, materialistic things. It's nice to have materialistic things. It is wonderful. But I don't know if y'all can hear me. I put my thing up loud. Hopefully, you don't have to redo this again. But yeah, yeah, my throat's gonna feel a lot better. Um, anyways, like I was saying, it can always change. It can always shift. Now, yes, get a house. Yes, make lots of money. Yes, go buy that car that you want if you have the means and you can get it. But don't put your happiness into it. Your happiness comes from moments that make memory, and those memories are things that give you satisfaction. Stop and smell the roses. Take your time. Enjoy the things that you have. You woke up today, you have air in your lungs, your blood is in your heart. You have a new day to do new things and try new stuff. You can always try to go and build something. You can always go try to see if something can happen. You know what I mean? If you're looking for a job, put yourself out there. If you're hoping to get a new relationship, learn to love yourself before you try to love others. Because if you don't know how to love yourself and you don't know what kind of partner you're looking for, you may end up messing yourself up. You know what I mean? So, yeah, be able to take your time, be able to build it. And then when you know, when you're ready to really accept love and be loved, then go after someone. Talk to them, be honest on your needs. You got, like, here's the thing, y'all can do anything you put your mind to. Don't be afraid that you can't do it. And be open and honest on what you need and go after that. All right? All right. The cause of new opportunity. Why is the theme of 2026 all about new opportunities? What's up, Buttercup? Leadership and exploration, taking charge of your life and seeing new things. Let's go, Sagittarius. Obtaining resources and giving and receiving money. Let's go, Sagittarius. Competition and disagreement. Let's go, Sagittarius. Y'all gonna be like, wait a minute, did that say disagreement? No. Well, it did, but let's get into it. Competition can be used to lift yourself up, right? So if I'm competing with myself, like for example, I'm competing myself with next year. This year I got 70 subscribers and I'm really grateful. Next year I'm hoping to get like 500, right? But I'm going to be cute. I'm going to say 250 to 500 next year is the subscribers I would like to get. So that means I'm going to go over there and I'm going to be more active and engaging with you guys. I'm going to be inviting you guys over to my YouTube channel and come on to the lives and everything. And we're going to kind of like, I think next year, starting like, I want to say like maybe when January hits, or at least I know when summer vacation hits for the schools and stuff, I am totally going to be doing collaborations with other people. And I'm going to be open to collaborating, you know what I mean? And combining and stuff like that. I did a lot of it last year on my TikTok channel and a little on my Instagram, but mainly on my TikTok, we did a lot of collaboration. So that's something I'm probably going to be doing. Yeah, but that's something that's going to be. It's competition, right? So I'm building myself up and I'm using that to motivate myself. You guys may be able to go over there and compete with other people. You may be having your friend and you guys want to do a trip. So you're like, okay, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. This year on July, we're going to go over there and we're going to do a whole vacation, okay? But in the meantime, from this time before our trip, we're going to work on saving a lot of money and we can be able to go after the things that we want, right? Or maybe you're going over there and you're treating yourself and you're like, you know what? Last year was a clusterfuck, but this year's going to be it. This year I'm going after the job I want. I'm getting a healthy relationship. I'm going to go and have a good relationship with people who are worth my time. I'm going to build myself up. I'm going to go after the things I like and I'm not going to be afraid to try new stuff, right? That's my new year. So I'm going to start something small. And once I get that goal, I'm going to build up the goal as I go by. Don't compete with people who are not competing with you. And don't feel like you have to go after the biggest and the baddest, okay? Start with a small competition because, again, competition is always supposed to be a fun game. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting a flu or something, man. I don't know. Hopefully, it's not malaria. I've already got it twice, and so it would be kind of sucky if I have to get it again. Um, Jesus. Anyways, like I was saying, make sure that competition is a game. It's fun. You're not taking it too far. You're not competing with people that aren't competing with you, because that's when it can turn into a disagreement. When it's taken too far, it can turn into a disagreement. It can turn into a problem. Okay? But all like other than that, I think you guys are fine. Like here's the thing. Spiritual growth has popped up a lot in part one. Making sure that you're compassionate and understanding to your needs as well as others, and stick with people that celebrate you genuinely, who are there for the good, the bad, and the ugly times, and always lift you up. People that you enjoy being around. Don't be afraid that you're not going to be able to do anything next year. Work on having the confidence the remaining of 2025 and take that confidence to 2026. You're going to figure out new ideas for the first 3 months of 2026, how to go over there and handle your emotions better, how to fill your own cup, right? We're letting go of things that don't make sense and we're focusing on our mental health as well as what makes us happy. We are rocketing because we're getting all the things that we like and we're going after the things that we admire and enjoy doing. We are able to have victory and achievements because we're going after things that we used to do, right? As well as enjoying our nostalgia. We're just going to be starting to have confidence and believing in ourselves for 2026. You guys are going to be growing, but you guys have to be able to heal and be able to balance your shadow and your light. Work on your emotions and feed yourself before you feed others. Understand what you're looking for and what you want, and then go after that. You know, competition should always be a game. And make sure that you're communicating and expressing yourself. Don't go over there and not communicate and express. All right? As always, slay the day, be happy and be gay. I love you guys very much. Peace out. Bye. Also, thank you for the love and support. If you guys are interested, I know I said bye, but if you are interested in having a 2026 year reading, if you have MTN, Airtel, or Mono, which are like cash paying apps, right? So it's like PayPal and Cash App, except they convert your money into shillings, okay? So 25K Uganda shillings is like $8 or so. You can get it for 25K Uganda shillings, a 2026 year reading, personally, with me. So we can do a one-on-one through FaceTime with Instagram, Facebook, or Snap. If you have PayPal or Zelle, it can be $20. I do not have Cash App. Cash App will not allow me to have it on my phone. So PayPal, Zelle, and Airtel is what I have. And you can send me money. Because I have Airtel, it accepts MTN and Airtel itself and mobile money, like Mono, right? Anywho, if you guys are interested in it, please let me know. All right? Okay. Follow and subscribe for more if you like what I do. I also have a lot of videos that you can look at. And yeah, share the videos if you enjoy it or know a Saji that needs to hear it. All right, this time for real. Peace out. Bye. I love you guys. Stay safe. Remember, you deserve the best, not less.